Some people want growth. Some people want dividends. Me, I want cash hitting my bank account every month. Today, I show you the income ETFs I use to retire early. Not someday, but soon. What's up guys, Kareem here. This channel is all about smart money in the UAE, passive income, escaping the rat race without doing anything stupid. Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. I'm sharing what I personally do. This is not a financial advice. Do your own research, talk to a professional, and don't blame me if you YOLO incorrectly. This is a follow-up to the dividend growth ETF video. Today we're talking yield focus ETF, especially cover call ETF. Okay, the question here, what are cover call ETFs? Let me explain this to you without a financial burden. Cover call ETF, they own a bunch of stocks and then they sell options on them. In exchange, they collect premium. That premium gets paid to you as an income. I know this sounds so technical, you don't need to understand every details. If you're interested, I can do a video where I explain the technical part of it. But let me explain it to you in a simpler way. Think of it like you own an apartment, then you rent the balcony view, not the balcony, the balcony view. You get paid every month, but you agree not to sell the apartment even for a very high price. And I'll explain this later. Okay, as everything we analyze, what are the upside and the downside of this investment? So one of the upside is very high monthly income. Second thing is predictable cash flow. Third, perfect for early retirement planning. The downside, limited growth. If the market explodes upward, they don't fully participate. This is why, remember I mentioned, if the apartment got a very high price, you will even not sell. These ETFs don't try to be the hero, but they try to be reliable. The question here, Kareem, Habibi, why you are using these ETFs? I'm not chasing maximum growth anymore. I'm chasing freedom, cash flow, and time. High income today means less years of working, less stress, more control over my life. Okay, now let's talk strategy. And as you know, we try to keep our strategies extremely simple. Here is what I exactly do. Salary hits, credit card gets paid first, no interest, no nonsense. From what's left, 40% goes to covered call ETFs. And yes, this is my largest allocation because I'm focusing on early retirement, not flexing charts. Okay, now my covered call ETF portfolio. First one, NEOS S&P 500 High Income ETF, which goes with the ticker SPYI. 56% of the 40% goes to this ETF. Why this ETF? S&P 500 exposure with covered calls. This is my main income engine. High yield, diversified, and very consistent. If you don't know covered call, it's also a technical part that I can explain in later videos. These ETFs drive by average every year 12% yield. That's sexy. Okay, second one, JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. I don't know how I said this, which goes with the ticker JEPQ. 28% of the 40% goes to this ETF. Nasdaq exposure, but with income, more tech, slightly more growth potential, still pays beautifully. This ETFs drives an average yield of 8 to 9% per year. Third one, QQQI. NEOS Nasdaq 100 High Income ETF. This one, 9% of the 40% goes to it. Here we're playing more aggressive income. Higher yield, but also you get higher volatility.
Oh my God!
That smaller allocation is for this, it's on purpose. It drives 12 to 14% yield per year. You see why I love these ETFs? Last but not least, JP Morgan Equity Premium ETF, which goes with the ticker JEPI. 8% of the 40% goes to this ETF. Lower volatility, a very smooth ride. Less exciting, but more stable. This ETF is the calm friend of the group. It drives 7 to 8% yield per year. Let's make this stupid simple. No finance degree needed. Same example, my salary kicks in after I paid my expenses, 10,000 dirhams left. From that amount, 40% goes to the income ETFs. 40% of 10,000 dirhams is 4,000 dirhams. Now here is how I split the 4,000 dirhams. So SPYI takes 56%. 56% of 4,000 dirhams is 2,240 dirhams. JEPQ takes 28%. 28% of 4,000 dirhams is 1,120 dirhams. QQQI takes 9%. 9% of 4,000 dirhams is 360 dirhams. JEPI takes 8%. 8% of the 4,000 dirhams is 320 dirhams. So if you calculate all of this more or less, it makes 4,000 dirhams. Nothing fancy, no guessing, no emotions. Every month, same logic, different numbers. Why I do it this way? This removes decision fatigue, market timing and trying to be an analyst, and emotional investing. I don't ask, should I invest this month? No, the system decides for me, habibi. In case you didn't watch my previous videos, if you are wondering which brokerage I use IBKR or Interactive Brokers. Why? You will not find all of the ETFs I mentioned today or in the previous video in one brokerage in the UAE except in IBKR. Access to US ETFs, access to international ETFs, low fees, and one platform for everything. And in case you're guessing, no, I'm not sponsored. I'll leave my referral link below in the description. If you use it, you get up to $1,000 worth of IBKR stocks for free. And yes, up to depending on how much you fund your account. How these ETFs fit my big picture. These ETFs are not here to make me rich overnight. They are here to pay bills, cover living expenses, reduce how long I need a job. Think of it this way. These ETFs today can pay your DIWA bill. After a couple of months, it can pay your car installments. After a couple of years, it can pay your rent, etc. So put these as your milestones. You're paying this stuff without working for it anymore. And as soon as you tick each one of this, you're getting more into freedom. You're getting closer to freedom. Growth ETFs build the future. Income ETFs buy back my time. Quick part, but important part. What do I actually do with the income generated from these ETFs or even from the previous investments I explained in the previous videos? Tell me! Right now, I don't live off of it. I reinvest all of it. Why? Because I'm still in the building phase, not in the spending phase. Every month, these investments pay me cash. Instead of spending it on random stuff, I send that money back into my portfolio. So what I do is I get my salary and then I add it to the income generated out of all of these investments. And then I split it across my portfolio with the same percentages that I explained in this video and in the previous ones. There is no emotions here. If the income is strong, I let it compound. If the markets are low, I reinvest at a lower price. It's a discount. Everyone loves a discount, habibi. And you do. The key idea is income today becomes bigger income tomorrow. Later, when I actually retire early, this income will pay my bills, cover my lifestyle, and buy back my time. Right now, I'm planting the seed. Later on, I will harvest the fruits. Who should use and who should not use covered call ETFs? Important part here, these ETFs are not for everyone. Let's start with who they are good for. Covered call ETF makes sense if you want income now, not just on paper, are focused on early retirement, like predictable cash flow, don't panic when the market moves, prefer getting paid regularly over chasing the big upside. If the goal is solely replace your salary with your investment income, these ETFs are very powerful. Now, who should avoid them? Covered call ETFs are not ideal if you are in your 20s or really young and you want maximum growth. You care only about the price going up. Hate seeing limited upside in bull markets. Bull markets is when the markets start going up. Are chasing the highest returns possible and treating investments like a casino. These ETFs intentionally give up some growth in exchange of income. This is not a flaw. This is how they are designed. It's a feature, not a bug. Think of it as growth ETFs are for building wealth. Covered call ETFs are for using that wealth. Neither is better. They just serve different phases of life. The mistake people make is choosing the wrong tool for the wrong job. Know your goal first, then choose your investment strategy. If your goal is different than mine, then your investment strategy should be different. If this helped, like the channel and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Drop a comment if you're interested in any video ideas and I will work on it. Until next time, yalla, salaam alaikum. UAE money made simple.